Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Haizka bin Abdul Rahman, matric number S57754 from the Veterinary Management System Group. Me and together with my two other group members, which is Siti Maisarah binti Abdul Khalil and Muhammad Haizka Haziq bin Hizaddin, will present about our system. So first, let me introduce you to our system. Our project description is the veterinary management system is a system that is designed for managing the veterinary clinic. With the growing numbers of pets owners going into the veterinary clinic, it will become harder for the staff to manage it physically. Thus, this system will lessen the burden to manage the veterinary clinic by allowing the customer or pets owner to register and log in into the system and set up their appointments to the clinic. This system also allows the clinic to update the status of the pet by giving notification to the pet's owner. Besides, this system is also useful for the clinic to track all the bills and payment from the customer. Our company is Tawakal Veterinary Clinic, which is located in Kuala Terengganu. This veterinary clinic is actually a second branch, which is the main branch is at the Shah Alam. This veterinary clinic provides veterinary services and animal treatment. It has a total number of 11 members of staff. So the problem statement of our system is the pet owner must fill out the registration form manually. Pet owner unsure whether they have visited the clinic before, and there is also redundant of data. Next is the veterinary still utilizing paper in their workflow. So for our problem solution, we make the system that could easily fill in the registration form online. The system can be easily accessed and systematic, and lastly, the system can store all the data. So the objective of our system is to design to help the clinic for keeping record, assist the clinic in handling and managing activities, and also help to reduce difficulties when using a manual system. For the requirement part, for the requirement gathering, we have interviewed with the stakeholder and also do some brainstorming. For the functional requirement or modules, we have registration modules which pet owner need to register first before logging to the system to make an appointment. The pet owner must follow the rules of inserting username and password. Next is the user login. Pet owner need to log into the system to make an appointment by entering their username and password. Next is pet owner give basic data information. Admin will receive all the data provided by the pet owner and check the appointment availability. For the appointment, we have if any appointment is available, the admin will schedule the appointment by giving the date and time. Next is the give prescription modules. The veterinarian will give a prescription of the treatment to the pet owner after reviewing pet condition. And lastly is generate bill. The admin will generate the bill for the treatment information given by the veterinarian. For the non-functional requirement part, we are focusing on the usability, availability, security, and maintainability of our system. That's all from me. I will pass it to my next group member. Thank you.
Okay, next system modeling. This is use case diagram for veterinary management system. This use case diagram consists of few actors which are the pet owner, admin, and veterinarian. The main actor in this use case diagram is the pet owner where the pet owner can register and log in into the system. The invalid password message will appear if password entered by the pet owner is incorrect. If successful, the pet owner can proceed to make an appointment. The admin will manage the appointment and give the appointment date and time to the pet owner. The, the veterinarian also be able to view the appointment. The veterinarian needs to review the pet's condition first, which includes previous treatment detail. Then the veterinarian can manage treatment for the pet and manage prescription the if the pet needs a prescription. Lastly, the veterinarian will provide the treatment info to the system admin so system admin can generate the bills. The pet owner can make payment based on the bills given. We move to the activity diagram. First one is activity diagram for user registration and login. The next one is activity diagram for making appointment. For the user registration and login, a user needs to register before they can log in into the system. If the user enter an incorrect password during the login process, an error message will appear and the user needs to enter the login information again. For making appointment activity diagram, the pet owner needs to make the appointment. Then the admin will manage the appointment and check its availability if the appointment is not available. The pet owner needs to make the appointment again. If successful, the admin will get the appointment date and give the appointment date and time to the pet owner. Lastly, activity diagram for manage treatment and generate bills. The veterinarian needs to check the pet's condition first, including its previous treatment details. Then the veterinarian will decide whether the pet needs any prescription or not. After all the treatment details are all provided, the admin will generate the bill so the pet owner can make their payment through the system. Next. Okay, this is a veterinary management system class diagram. The main model for the veterinary management system is represented by several class diagrams. The purpose of the diagram is to show and explain veterinary management relationship with pet owner, treatment, pet owner and pet treatment terminology. Next. Lastly, sequence diagram. This is a sequence diagram for user registration and login. Next. This is the sequence diagram of manage appointment. And lastly, this is a sequence diagram for manage treatment.
So next one is for the ERD for our system. In this ERD, we have five classes, which is veterinary classes, veterinary class, admin, prescription, pet owner, and pet. For the veterinary, we use veterinary ID as its primary key, and then for the admin, we use admin ID for its primary key. Prescription, we use prescription ID for its primary key, and pet owner, we use the owner ID as its primary key. And for the foreign key, we use for the veterinary class is prescription ID from this prescription class, and foreign key in the prescription class is the owner ID from the pet owner class. And then uh, foreign key in the pet class is owner ID and veterinary ID, which it come from veterinary class and pet owner class. And lastly, in the admin class, we have foreign key from foreign key of veterinary ID and owner ID from veterinary class and pet owner class. Next. Okay. Next is for the user interface design. This is the menu hierarchy for our veterinary management system. Firstly, we start with the login page, which would have three choices, which is pet owner, veterinary, and admin. And for the first one, the pet owner will bring the pet owner to the set the appointment, and then for the veterinary would have the treatment details for them to fill in, and then for the admin we have three uh, three function, which is manage, schedule, and to check the history of the veterinary. Okay, next. So the first one is the registration user interface, which the any user who want to register will need to fill in their username and password and the confirmation for their password. Next, and then they will bring to the login interface, which is they need to fill in their username that they are registered and choose either their role, which is admin, customer, or veterinary. And next, okay, this one is for the veterinary and the pet owner, which is they need to fill in their appointment detail to set their appointment. Next, okay, next one is for the treatment detail for the veterinary. Next, and this is the billing interface, the payment interface for the customer to to make the payment. And then this is the admin page for the admin to check the client info. Next, and this one is the list of the appointment that already be request from the customer to make the appointment. And then next, if the appointment will approve, uh, this interface will come out to their to their interface. Next, and if not, the admin need to enter the reason, to state the reason for disapprove or removing the appointment and suggestion for making the new appointment. And next, this one is the prescription pages um, which the admin can see. Yeah. Okay, next, payment info, which is for the admin to look into the payment for if the customer have paid or not their payment. Next, this is the invoice for the customer for the admin to generate the bills to the customer. Next, and this one is the schedule for admin to check if the doctor are available or not to for them to make the appointment with the customer, with the pet owner. Next, okay, and this one is the history of every customer that have get the treatment from the Tawakal Veterinary. And next, and that's all from us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.